and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs.
I forgot how humor works.
We gotta do corrections for last week.
Okay.
Wait,
Are we starting?
we have to intro the show.
This is the intro.
This is the intro.
This.
How do we start it?
Welcome to Spoofs, Goofs, and Novelty Song. I'll do it again. Welcome to Spoofs, Goofs, and Novelty Songs.
What?
The podcast about dumb shit.
Oh, that's stupid. That's what a dumb subtitle.
Week. Oh my god.
Who would think of that? I'm Scott. I'm the host.
I am Marty. I am the host.
I'm Kelly. I'm the host.
Welcome to episode 2 of this little podcast that we've been doing. Last week we had some technical difficulties, which you might be aware of, or we might have fixed it. You won't know. You won't know.
We don't know right now.
We don't know also.
I don't think they... Well, I don't know. We have to do corrections for last week.
Oh, wait. What corrections, Kelly?
We have so many corrections to do. Last week, Scott, at one point, said that jockey...
I teased.
You teased?
What about jockey?
You said that Jockey, the sock underwear t-shirt company, was going to merge with Tommy Hilfiger. Mm-hmm. That was
what are you saying? Who is Tommy Hilfiger?
Yeah, Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh boy.
Anyway, here's the correction. I teased that there was a tie-in to the Pink Panther. Who fucking cares?
You don't have to do real corrections.
Nobody's paying attention. Like,
I was expecting us to do fake corrections.
You know what? If you're mad about the correction, you already know like what it. Who gives a shit?
No one's listening.
Kelly was just having a goof, Scott.
I was just having a goof, dude. I wasn't talking about your Pink Panther buffoonery last week.
Before we get into our spoofs and goofs, guys, what's been going on in your lives?
Okay, so this is our cold open. We just talk to each other like it's fucking tea time.
Kelly, I heard that you're going on a trip soon.
I'm going to...
Oh my...
Country road.
This is boring for like a fucking book club. Get out of here.
I'm going to Virginia.
Oh, while you're there, you should try the seafood while you're there.
I'm going on tour without you two hooligans.
You're taking spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs on the road?
This is a podcast where we talk about the process of making a podcast, where we go through our technical difficulties and then just the fucking minutia of our...
I wanted to
You ever want to hear about a stranger's trip?
Dude? I wanted to do corrections as a goof. As a good cold open, you took it seriously.
Because I do take it seriously.
Scott is fired up this week, guys.
Scott's fired up.
He's ready.
Miranda.
I'll cut. Fine. I lost the audio of part of the audio.
Definitely
of
peaking.
Episode 1, the pilot.
Definitely peaking.
We could do.
Good. I hope it's peaking because it shows how I'm feeling. I'm peaking.
Is it peaking or is it just passion in these mics?
Ooh, I'm always peaking.
I think
in a sexual way.
What we could do is corrections for last week. And the corrections
The correction is get the audio back.
Yeah, we do the audio right now.
Well,
we end last week's
All right, so welcome to the end of...
No, we're not doing that.
We might as well... You know what? Maybe we...
perhaps, is what I'll say.
Fine.
Yeah. That might be the next time we record, we do that, I would say.
Okay.
This is good. I'm glad we're getting this on.
Welcome to Spoofs, Goofs, and Novelty Songs.
Should we start over?
No, keeping it all.
Okay.
Keeping it all.
Spoofs, Goofs, and Novelty Songs is a podcast about dumb shit. This week we're going over Waiting for Guffman.
Yes, the 1990, oh boy, I wrote down the year and now I lost it. 1996, I believe.
Sure.
Mockumentary by Christopher Guest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this word trailer
classic
would play.
goofer.
Yes.
Oh man, Christopher Goof's more like it.
Yeah.
Boy, he's full of them. This is his movie he wrote with Eugene Levy after he had starred in Spinal Tap like 10 years before, had directed another movie in the meantime and acted a bunch of times, and then eventually was like, you know what I like to do? Improv with my friends. Let's do a little mockumentary about a small-town theater troupe.
Community theater.
Spoiler alert,
Theater.
he's in this one.
He is the lead, yes.
Christopher Guest, more like Christopher Host of good comedy. Eugene Levy, more like Eugene Levity. Am I right?
He's in everything. So.
You do have
Can I say, you guys, this is going well.
I think this is going just fine. So what were
What's
your
up?
guys' initial thoughts on Waiting for Guffman, this week's spoof, as they say?
Well, first of all, good.
It is, by the way, it is a very good movie.
That's good.
It's good. It's I like that it's a nose laugh movie. I don't like that it's a nose laugh. I started saying something else.
You chortle, right?
Here's my thought. It's a nose laugh movie.
You didn't laugh out loud at all during this?
Through my nose, I did.
Oh boy, I had some ha-has at this one. Let me tell you that. Austin Powers, no ha-has, just nose laughs.
I had a couple of ha-has at Austin Powers. I had a couple of ha-has at Guffman.
Yeah.
Waiting for Guffman. Oh, is that why it's called Waiting for Guffman? Because
No.
it sounds like Guffman? We'll
It's-
never know why it's called that then.
Here's what he's trying to do.
Scott, lay it out.
It's about pathetic people, right?
I
No.
No, see, and like he's had interviews where he's talked about that. It's not about pathetic people. It's about like earnest people.
I think it's about small town America. That's what I got out of it. Like, because that's something that, like, I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin, sort of.
Do you want to name it?
Yeah, sure, Green Bay. I mean, it's not super small, but it's like something that.
Yeah, actually, wait a minute. Me and Marty both came
guys
from
both
much,
grew up in
much
small-
smaller
We came from
towns.
legitimately small
Okay,
towns.
but my community felt similar to Blaine.
Yeah, pathetic and shitty.
I don't
A
know.
little. It's just more like they don't realize how silly what they're doing is sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't think the movie's getting to making like it is making fun of it lightly. Like I do think it's making fun of it, but it's like
If you've ever like sat
felt
through a
real.
church service in a small town,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
get the vibe of this movie.
Ooh,
but it's
baby.
celebratory of that because I think if the play at the end of the movie was played for like straight laughs, I would think that, but the audience enjoys it. So I think like the idea ultimately is like these people are enjoying doing this and having this in their lives.
Well, yeah, it's
Well,
you
that
know,
was-
let them have it.
Yeah.
It was also one of the things that I thought was interesting about it was like you watch this fucking train wreck of like them auditioning and then them putting together the play, and then the play itself or the musical actually isn't like that bad.
The music's actually legitimately kind of good.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I
the
thought it would
orchestra is carrying the whole thing.
Be, yeah,
Yes.
sure.
The
but
dancing is horrendous. The dancing is the best part. It's all terrible.
the whole time you're watching the musical, you're waiting for it to go up in flames, and ironically,
Yeah.
it like doesn't. And
Yeah.
then afterwards is when like the twist happens with Guffman himself.
Yeah, with the aforementioned Guffman not showing up.
Is Christopher Guest a gay man?
In the movie,
Well,
The
in
character, yes, the character is gay.
the character
I,
came across
yes,
as
that's what I'm
as a
asking
homosexual.
Correct.
is the actor who plays thank you Kelly the
No.
gay character. No.
No.
So is it bad?
It does. That's like the thing that doesn't age well about this movie is the
'Cause-
voice is like very
Stereotypical.
yeah.
What reminded me of it was because here's where I did a real laugh, not a nose laugh,
Ooh,
and
haha.
was when speaking of the dancing, just the part where he's like, "Everybody dance,"
I don't think it's.
but I'm just laughing. Is it funny because he's, you know what I
No,
mean?
I think
Like I
it's the
hope I'm not just
character.
laughing at the.
I think it's the character. Like I do think it's like that character being like the stereotype of like oblivious theater guy, which is like such a caricature now. But I actually think at the time I don't think that was that as prevalent in pop culture. Like I do think this was like kind of created that as like a thing to make fun of.
As a
little
stereotype?
bit. Yeah, I think so.
Wait. It created what?
The pretentious theater person who thinks that they're like doing like amazing work, but they're really like trash. Like I do think that was like this. Not that this is the first
Sure.
one that did, but it was like a very famous example of that. I think.
Gotcha.
I think in general the movie kind of created that a little bit. I was thinking about that. I'm like, it seems like this is like the biggest example of like making fun of community theater I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when he asked for $100,000 or
yeah.
something.
That's that scene is so good.
Maybe
I'm
the
just gonna
everybody
go
dance
home
line is funny because like it's also like the music is just like doot 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 like it's like whatever. But that was like a bop in like 1850 or whatever.
Everybody dance.
Yeah. Why would that make you
It's
want
so-
to
it is
dance?
so
Like
funny. Oh,
yeah.
God. I really did love this movie actually. Fred Willard in this movie is like so fucking funny the entire time.
Which
He's the
travel agent.
oh, the husband.
Yeah.
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 And he them
just has a lot
not
of-
leaving Blaine. Even
Ever.
they're travel
Yes.
agents, but they have never left Blaine.
Oh
And
yeah.
then he tries to show Eugene Levy his penis to see.
Oh, yeah.
To get his medical
Because he
opinion.
had
his smallening.
penis reduction
Penis
surgery.
reduction
was-
surgery. Which is like the one time where the thing kind of tips into being like over the top
Yeah,
silly,
that was
but that's like.
definitely an over the top improv.
But I
sesh,
was
it's so
fine with
funny.
that. Yeah. It was like the only time they went that far with it.
Yeah.
At least I thought, but yeah.
What were the other funny parts?
Oh, the best goof in the whole movie. I told you this already, Scott. It's when Parker Posey is cooking one chicken wing on the
Yeah.
grill. It's the bleakest.
Yeah.
And the way it's
grill
shot,
seems like not lit. Like,
Yeah. The way it's shot too, they do a close up of her and then they pull out to a little wide of her just like alone with this one chicken wing on the grill, and it's the saddest.
And
edit
she's
I've
talking
ever
about
seen.
how like Dairy Queen will take me back.
Yeah.
Like she'll
Oh, and
go
then
back to Dairy
eventually
Queen
she
at work.
says she's gonna develop a healthy blizzard as
Yeah.
her like tie at the end of the movie. Like her next steps are
Yeah,
make a
like everyone
healthy
else is a
blizzard.
little bit more hopeful or
Yeah,
like more excited. Like their lives were changed and she's just like back at Dairy Queen.
Yeah. There's some people do
There's
not
the-
like
the
our
fans are
opinions.
outside.
Yeah, they're trying to get in.
What else? What were the other good parts? The musical, that was a good part.
So the music was done by guest Harry Shearer and Michael McKean of Spinal Tap.
Nice.
He brought them on board to help him write the music.
That tracks.
Yes.
I liked the scene where Guest played like the army person. I think like while they were on stage too, they all had like a lot of eyeliner on, which is pretty typical
Yeah.
for being in a play, but it was still just really funny when you see it on camera. It just looks goofy.
Yeah.
But when they did like him being like an army, I don't remember what it was about, World War One or something, but
Yeah, because the play is like a span. So the whole play is a set. But the setup for the movie is they're putting on this community theater production at the end of a 150th celebration of this small town in Missouri called Blaine.
Blaine. Red,
the
White,
con-
and Blaine.
Where the concept is these settlers were trying to get to California. The leader of the settlers smelt salt water and said, "We're here," and it was just Missouri. But then they all just loved it, so they all stayed.
And then they were famous for manufacturing stools.
Yes, correct. So
also a good
which-
bit
Isn't it funny that they don't know that's a medical term for duty?
for duty. I
It is
liked
funny.
it.
It is also like clearly that's what the movie is about. Also, is like these people who are like doing like not Hollywood, but they're doing like big artistic thing, but they settle for Missouri is the thing. It's nice little movie thing.
It's, I think, two things. First of all, The Office.
Yes,
Right?
Documentary now.
Yeah, they owe a debt of gratitude to the guest man.
Yes.
And I especially, what part reminded me? When Parker Posey is like, I've worked at Dairy Queen for, and she like pauses, like she can't remember how long, and it's supposed to be like, wow, it's so sad that she can't even remember how long. That's verbatim in the pilot episode of The Office.
Yeah.
And then what was my
No,
other thing?
this stuff and like the following guest movies, Best in Show, For Your Consideration, all of those ones, everybody rips those off. Like
Yeah.
this movie is like for sure all of the like those mockumentary things. They just do what they're doing here, which is like kind of like playing up the sadness. It's like making fun of the Errol Morris documentaries. It feels like specifically where it's like the small town America thing and playing up how bleak it is a little bit.
Well, it's just everybody is like very like fly. I mean, I think it's about, when I say it's like about pathetic people, like it's like, you know, like ethos, pathos, and logos. Like,
Learning.
pathetic is the same, or like empathy. They all have like the same root word, which
Yes.
is just like the emotional part of the brain, right? And it's like you really feel for these people because, or it's like, okay, speaking of, on some head ass shit, it's about the duality of man. These people with very lofty dreams and a
Yes.
very stark reality.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, you're seeing them, you know, they have a delusion, but it's like a beautiful delusion.
Yeah, because like ultimately they do make something that makes people happy and makes themselves happy, but it is like completely misguided. Like the whole like thing.
Kind of like us right now.
Hey,
Are we doing waiting for? I do think that whenever I watch movies or like anything like that, and I'm always like, God, I'm just a struggling artist who's just trying.
We
to do
are
this.
the Christopher Guest movie characters of the podcasting world. Somebody make a documentary.
I would say we're not
really-
even to that level
Nah,
yet.
especially
We're not
like-
even community theater level
We
podcasters.
gotta talk off air about what you're expecting to get out of this. Because for me, I'm expecting to get some good hangs with my good dudes.
I want to be locally famous from this.
Okay, well,
Guys, I just
podcasting is not a good way to be locally famous.
I just
What
got
do
a
you mean?
text. I got a text from Scott Ackerman. He's gonna stop by the podcast studio and have a live sit-in session with us later.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He must have heard us on the local airwaves.
Yeah, he's
in town.
Yeah, he said he'll be here in 20 minutes.
Scott's constantly
hope I
playing.
Hold on, we rerouted the signal to his limousine.
Yeah, the Earwolf limousine. It travels cross country.
I'm just doing the end of Wayne's World.
I recall. I know
Again,
that one.
have not seen Wayne's World.
You're
the
really,
fuck?
You're really blowing it.
It's not a spoof, goof, or novelty song.
Yeah, but
Well.
we just started this podcast 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You've
I've
watched
watched
nothing?
2 movies since then.
Oh my gosh.
No
Which
spoilers.
ones?
Well, I've watched Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, and Waiting for Guffman.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Well, is there any more guff talk we got?
I think it's time to rate the movie as a movie and as a spoof, which I have some controversial opinions.
Oh, wow.
But let's go with you, Scott, first. For the movie.
As a movie,
Yes.
I'm going to give it. This is a reverse Powers situation. As a
Yes.
movie, I will give it a 7,
Whoa.
and as a spoof, I will give it a 5.
I'll
Do you want
the
to defend your
opposite.
ratings?
I liked it as a movie.
We'll get to you.
Well, I liked it as a movie just because, like, good character development. It was funny, but it was also, like, it made you feel for the characters. Which you don't, Austin Powers, I don't have an emotional investment in his
What?
story.
Personally, a lot of vagina's arc in that film is
It
phenomenal.
was beautiful.
Yes.
It was a
They
critique
try.
on
Yeah, it was a critique
modern
on
feminism.
Yes.
But then as a spoof, like I said, it was a nose laugh movie. I want those long belly laughs, baby.
Yeah.
And
Scott,
yeah.
for the audience, just give them some context here. What to you are 10 out of 10 movies? I'm actually curious. Fight Club.
You're setting me up. The Godfather.
I'm just curious.
see.
What are your favorite films?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Have you ever been to a college dorm?
It's
The
something like
Artist. Argo.
that. Moonlight.
Moonlight. Oh, God, Moonlight. The Shape of Water.
Yep. $1 Million Baby.
Oh, so
For
good.
like a hot second, dude, La La Land.
Yeah, for like a second. And then I was like, wait.
For
No.
a very short of, and then Moonlight.
Yeah, and then Moonlight right after. Yeah, it's because I saw him in the same day. And so,
You got 20 seconds into
I walked
La
out
La
of La La Land and I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
on.
I guess I'll just go watch this Moonlight piece of shit. And then I watched that, and then I was like, that's the greatest movie of all time. Until I saw The Shape of Water the next year.
Scott, on behalf of our listeners, thank you for the context. Kelly, rate the movie as a movie and as a
See,
spoof.
for a movie, for me, I'd say like it's a 5 or 6
Out of
10.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing
Just
10.
making sure.
I'm not doing scales again.
okay, I'm just making sure.
What do you mean again?
Yeah, what do you mean again?
Well,
What are you
Shape
referencing?
of Water.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Scales. Oh,
Ooh, that one's.
when I got out of that, I was like, oh, I'm not doing scales again. Let's hope Guillermo del Toro don't either.
Oh my god.
But as a goof, dude, it feels like it's groundwork in
Hang
a
on.
little way.
As a spoof, not as a goof, as a spoof.
Okay, as a spoof then, whatever. It's
It's not whatever.
It's like a 7.5, 8. It's probably like an 8 because it's like you said, it laid groundwork for like The Office.
I
and,
do
like,
think it was
all of
very
those.
influential. Yes.
Yeah, all of those headshot. I don't remember what's it called. Head on a stick.
Yeah.
Those classic interview
Talking head
bits,
documentaries.
talking heads.
Yeah. By the way, you know
Not
what one of my
making sense.
favorite avant-garde bands from the 70s was Head on a Stick.
You both got there at the same time. For me, easy. 9 out of 10 as a movie. I loved this movie. I really enjoyed it.
That's
And
good.
the interviews at the end, I really think like if they don't have that, it's like too bleak of a note to end on, just on ending on the play and them failing.
May I interject? Are we going to do Spinal Tap?
Yes.
In the future, yes.
Then I will save my question.
Yes. Why?
Do you think this movie's better than Spinal Tap? Is
Yes,
what
I
was-
do.
okay.
I actually don't love Spinal Tap, but I haven't seen it in a lot.
I saw it once, and I would also agree that this movie's better.
Yeah, and I have a feeling like as we watch more of these guest movies, I feel like they're all going to get better and better.
I
as they
think
go on.
A Mighty Wind is my fave.
Okay. I haven't seen any of the other. I've only seen bits of Best in Show.
I like Best in Show.
I was shocked because I'd never
That's
seen any
my
of these
favorite.
ones, and I was like, oh, this is like right up my alley. This is like really nice, yeah. 9 out of 10 as a movie. As a spoof, 6 out of 10. That's it. And you know why? I don't think it's that much of a spoof. I don't think it's really making fun of anything in particular.
It's making fun
It's
of
making fun of like
community
documentaries.
theater.
But it's not like, what does it do that like actually makes fun of how documentaries are constructed or how documentaries are done? I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's that actively making fun of the genre it's
Yeah.
doing. It feels, and this is my whole feeling on mockumentaries in general, they have a tendency to be done to justify doing improv. And I think as a thing, it works better to do the mockumentary style with the improv performance thing because it does lend itself to be...
Makes it feel real. Baby.
Yeah, and there's less prep, there's less production that goes into that. That makes it a lot easier to do that kind of stuff. But I do think it's like, to keep production costs down, you do that. You do the mockumentary style, so you don't have to worry about lighting or locations as much.
I don't think it's making fun of documentaries. It's just using.
It's using that as a form.
right. Well, because I mean, in like real documentaries too, it's like this is it's real.
Correct.
Like,
yeah. So as a spoof, I just don't know if it... and I feel like that way in general for mockumentaries, and I feel like that's going to spoil some future reviews too, that I just think ultimately those things, they don't really make fun of like the genre they're doing, I guess.
People are so mad when our reviews get spoiled because people are on the edge of our seat for what number are they going to give it?
Well, if we ever do like a documentary now, though, like those would be 10 out of 10s.
I think I do
No,
think they do a little bit better job at like poking fun at the like because they're doing like specific
They're
styles of
making
documentary
fun of
and
the
they're so
specific-
stark.
Well, specific documentaries even.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've been hearing you do this rate. I think I've been rating the
Yeah.
spoof thing wrong this whole time.
How so?
I thought if rating it as a spoof was just how funny is it.
That's rating it as a goof.
That's reading it as a goof. We're raising a spoof.
Oh, well then should we? Okay.
So you can do corrections for your Austin Powers spoof
Well,
if you
all
want
I'm
to.
saying is this is bullshit. Marty, it must be real nice for you to get to go last and just stomp out the fucking cherry of our cigarette that Scott and I just got done passing around.
Eh.
I actually gave it a better review than both of you, though I think as a spoof, I'm pretty sure I gave it a higher rating.
Well, I just didn't know. So wait. So when we say it as a movie, is that how funny it is?
Off the record,
I think-
that is.
No, I think it's just like you're rating it as like as like a movie. What do you think of this movie? And then as a spoof, it's like how good is this as like making fun of the stuff it's trying to make fun of?
Dear listener, from here on out, when I rate it as a spoof, I will be rating it both in its accuracy and lampooning and humor levels.
I do think humor levels is part of that though, and I think like the spoof aspect of this movie is not what's ultimately funny. The characters are really funny. Like I think like the
It's like
performances
TBS.
very funny.
Characters welcome.
The performances and all of their relationships are all great. Like the like subtle like things between Eugene Levy and the travel agents, like how they just like they look down on him so much and how he's like trying to prove like all that shit is great. It's all so well done the whole time.
Dear listener, today was a rough day.
Dear listener,
We
fellow
lost some
first.
audio.
We lost some audio. And then Marty had the gall to review the movie last and tell me and Scott that we were reviewing it incorrectly.
I didn't say
Only
I didn't say
until he
this.
had done our review and we did our full reviews.
I didn't say any of this. You guys can review it however you want to.
I don't want to do this podcast anymore.
Kelly, too bad.
I think we've been misunderstanding each other, and if this is how it's going to be, I'm out.
Scott literally spoke Latin earlier.
Wait, what did you say?
Ethos.
Pathos. Logos.
Thanos.
I think that's Greek.
Thanos.
Thanos.
Greek, Latin.
Mykonos.
It's all dead to me.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Both languages.
I think that's
Dead to
going
me.
to do it for our review of Waiting for Guffman. Scotty, do you have a song for us this week?
I do. Hold. Wait, you know what? I do need my notes.
I'm doing Sami Zayn's theme right now from WWE.
Oh, we both.
It's a ska theme.
Colin wants to do WWE podcasts, and I told him I'm not interested. I said, hit up Marty.
He's cornered a new market though, because there ain't
What
none
kind of
of
WWE
them.
podcast?
I don't know what his shtick is.
It's, by the way, the wrestling podcast arena is packed.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
Too many podcasts.
Yeah.
There's a lot been canceled on some of those like podcast networks because there's too fucking many. And advertisers won't sell you.
Today's novelty song is do 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 Mana.
Oh, I love this one.
Is that the name of the song?
The name of the song is Ma
Meh.
Na.
Can you spell it?
Wait,
MAH space NA
Oh, dang.
space MAH space NA.
That
So
just
actually-
shows my Midwest roots because I always thought it was MAHNA. Wait. MEHNA.
I always thought it was OPE space
Mana.
OPE
Yeah.
space OPE.
Dude, these spelling gags are just so good.
I was surprised that it's actually got spaces between
Yeah.
the thing. It's not just one word like the
That
band.
was-
Well, that's the okay, Marty.
Uh-huh.
We'll get into it.
Okay.
So, this song was originally written by Piero, and this is going to take me a second. It's an Italian fella by the name of Piero Umiliani.
Wow, Greek was easy for him. Italian.
Arrivederci.
You know what? Piero Umiliani. I'm not going to do the Italian voice. I feel like that's the last voice you can get
Can you
away
pronounce
with,
it
and let's
Midwest
just not
style
do it.
for me?
Piero Umiliani.
That was really good.
Yeah, when I do it, it's
almost like-
easier. Yeah, I can prounce anything in that
It's like you're
accent.
from the Midwest.
Hey, I don't mind a pia.
Hey, I come from a Dan County.
You've veered into that
What?
middle ground between Jamaican and Irish. Hey, you're from here, Marty. You can just talk.
Well, let's go down to the Lambeau Field later, yeah?
Okay, that's
Yeah, that was
good.
alright.
Closer.
Yeah, nobody's lampooned the Midwest accent before.
Just
So,
make it worse.
Umiliani wrote this song for the band Mark IV to perform for the film Sweden, Heaven and Hell.
I hope all of these, by the way, are going to be like songs that were done for movies, because that's a running
The vast
theme so far.
majority of them, it seems
Okay.
like that's how a lot of these end up getting made.
These
is
weirdo, like, sort of like, yeah, you could see how it could be like a movie score
They're
song.
going
but
for
it's-
niche. Like, they need a
Yeah.
really niche sound.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really need. It's not like that. This movie would have sucked if it weren't for this like weird '60s fucking.
I love this
bop.
future Dr. Pepper jingle.
Yeah. So this movie, Sweden, Heaven and Hell, which was an exploitation documentary about crazy sex swingers in Sweden having a crazy '60s time.
Ooh la la.
So the song accompanies a scene in the film set in a sauna, which gave the song its original title, which I think this is probably Italian too, so bear with me. Viva la sauna svedesi, which translates to "Hooray for the Swedish sauna." So with that in mind, let's hear a little bit of the original version of Mana Mana.
Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana 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 mana. Mana mana.
So you get it.
You said this was for an orgy?
It was a steamy old scene in the Swedish sauna.
It doesn't necessarily mean sex. People can go into a steam room without sex, Kelly.
Yeah, you
You're right. I love
pervert.
just going to the
You
orgy, just
pervert.
taking it in.
So there's a little kind of bossa nova thing going on, and what they say about this song is structurally it is a rondo.
What is that?
I knew you'd ask.
Is that a basketball player?
It could be. You're asking the
is.
wrong guy.
It is.
So what it is it's a song where it goes off on tangents, but it always returns to the same theme.
Gotcha.
So, for example, our Mana Mana is like part A.
Do.
Right. And so it goes A, B, A, C, A, D. It always goes back to, the original thing.
I noticed that the original version is like it's a lot subtler, I would say, than like how it's played on the radio now, or like whenever you hear that song in commercials or anything.
Well,
It's always
what-
like very big.
What
They-
popularized it is the Muppets.
Correct.
Because that's the version I know.
Right. It was re-recorded for and popularized by the Muppets, who first did it on Sesame Street. then the Ed Sullivan Show, and then much later when the Muppets got their own show, it was on the pilot of that as well. So let's hear a little bit of the Muppets version to compare and contrast. So you hear the Muppets version of the tune, and it's...
If you haven't, you gotta go on YouTube.
Okay, youtube.com.
And yeah, it's a great, clean website.
Click on the search bar.
Click on the search bar and type in Phenomena
And that's...
Muppets.
We told you how to spell it earlier.
Yes.
Go back and listen to that.
And you search for it, and you click on probably the top result. It's probably not the best quality, but it's so.
So what you want to do is
funny.
click the little gear in the lower right-hand corner.
funny.
Make sure it's at 1080p.
Or
Write that
4K.
down.
No, because it's probably a fucking rip from the actual. Make sure it's on the official Muppets YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's a good bit. It's a funny. I remember it as a kid. I don't remember the actual joke behind it. I think it was just that it always went back to the phenomena.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
then
just
the
like
two other
playful.
Muppets would go do 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 do, and they would. They played with the framing of it a lot. It's a good. I wish we watched the clip.
It's meant for
But it's a
babies to
podcast.
laugh.
Yeah. And
Like,
that's,
hey.
why, that's why Kelly likes it.
All right, I have one more
Love
piece of information. Would anyone care to guess? The original recording made it to the Billboard Top 100. Would anyone like to guess what it peaked at?
Oh boy. I would like to guess.
Well, Marty,
I'd like to guess.
I will entertain your guess.
I'm going to let Kelly go first.
Kelly,
69th place, baby.
I'm going to go with 1.
you think it made it
Yeah, it topped the
to number one?
Wait, what year was this?
It's
1968. So it was the
shit.
Beatles, off the
Yeah.
Beatles' White Album,
Come
number
together,
2.
For
yeah.
sure, number 1. I'll go with number 2, then.
And the winner, by proximity, is Kelly. It
Oh,
peaked
shit.
at number 55 on the charts.
You were playing it up like it was 69.
Yeah.
though.
Well, somebody has to win. Otherwise, it's like
I
you
win.
both lose. It's 55.
No, I mean, like, you were making it seem like we should guess 69. Because you were like, oh, it's a funny number.
I never said.
I gotta
Rewind
tell
the tape. Did I ever say?
Never said
and
it was a funny number.
It peaked at a number,
You don't have to rewind.
a very
Yeah,
funny
I was
number.
listening. No. That's not how tape rewinding sounds.
55
We're recording
is
this
funny.
on a screen door.
Yeah.
All right, that's the novelty song.
Okay.
Great. I love
Time?
that one.
So, for this week's goof, or novelty product as we have come to define it as, I outsourced my,
Novelty buying prowess.
correct,
Are you about to shoehorn in that you're married?
to my wife. My wife went out and picked up a little item.
Hold on.
for
Will you
us.
say that one more time? Cool.
You're in a committed relationship.
The reason I bring this up is because I don't even know what we're getting this week. And so I'm going to reach into our bag this week.
There's 2 items,
Kelly, no spoilers.
but only one of them's for now.
And I'm going to pull out one of the items. We have another item for next week's episode. And she got us
Gummy vitamin.
Disney gummy multivitamins.
The Princess Edition.
The Princess Edition. So we're going to try these gummy vitamins.
Oh
Crack
no.
those bad boys open.
And we're going to... Oh, she already did.
I was about to say because there's going to be a tamper-proof seal.
I was only told that
OD
it
on
was
those bad
a
boys.
product for our house. That was the only thing I was told. So
You
we're going
said
to try
for
these
your house. I
gummies.
thought you said from your house.
Now just think
For the
this is
house.
going to nourish Marty and his wife for days to come.
Yeah, this is all we can afford right now. We're very poor.
Which
There you go.
ones did you get? Which
took a red.
princesses?
Oh, I
You
just
look
took a
at which
handful.
princess it is. You guys are really bad at this.
Okay, so far, this is basically just a fruit snack.
I think I got Belle.
I don't know how it's a vitamin in any way.
Wait for the
It's got
aftertaste.
vitamins in it. I want to have 2. Fuck you guys.
Wow. Kelly's double dipping. Like
I
a
cannot
certain-
tell
He's
which
double.
princess
He
was
bit
from.
off the head of one and then dipped it back.
Yeah, and use that to pick up the other one. The gooey gelatin picked up the other one like a magnet.
What a freak!
It was disgusting to watch. Kelly, how could you? Kelly's looking at the label right now. Kelly, can you tell us
Okay,
anything?
why wouldn't you guys look at it?
Can you tell us anything about the label?
It's not that interesting.
Well, it's got A vitamins, B
Let's-
vitamins, C vitamins, D vitamins.
Let's
E
dive into the Wikipedia of my brain, and let's talk about like the origins of this. And I think the origins got to be Flintstones vitamins.
The ultimate.
Did you guys have
gummy
those
vitamin.
growing up?
Yes,
Sure.
I did.
They didn't.
They're like
taste
this,
very
but
good.
chalky.
Yeah.
Yes, they were more like Tums.
not good.
Yeah.
I did not like.
Tums for kids.
And as a chubby
Child
little boy,
Tums.
I ate
Okay,
a gallon of those
my,
a day.
Okay, so my dad had like vitamins for adults, and they tasted way better.
Yeah.
They're way tastier.
Yeah, they put alcohol in those.
They're like tangy. Oh, that's what it is.
It was just whiskey, and he's like, "This is my
I would
vitamins,
go to
Kelly."
preschool drunk. My finger paints would be all over the place.
Well, snap time.
Can I take a look at the bottle?
Yeah, have at it.
So what we got here is there's Belle, Ariel, and what I believe is Rapunzel.
Those are
And
characters from
these got
Disney?
33% less sugar than the leading brand, which is we got to teach the girls early to you can't enjoy anything. You have to watch even when you're having vitamins.
You get paid less and you get less
Yeah.
sugar
What's
in your
the
gummy.
serving size?
Well, we don't know,
Someone
but
tell
that's the
me
thing.
what
What
the
we do
serving
know is
size
there's
is.
got to be a boy equivalent. There's no way complete multivitamin is going to be missing out on half the market.
There's probably like the Disney princes, I would guess. There's like a
No,
Latin.
it's like guns. Like
it's Disney guns?
no,
Oh, okay.
they're just regular guns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like shoot 'em ups.
I mean, you know what I mean. Here's the thing: the princes
Yeah.
are. That's I feel like they market that still to the girls.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And
Solid
for
points.
boys, it's like Zords. I don't know what that is,
Kelly
but
wants
I just
another
feel
one.
like
So I don't want another one. I want to see what the serving size is.
Ooh.
Because it's so bogus. This is
probably
so
like half.
stupid.
This-
Yeah, one gummy.
One gummy is
But
a
these
serving
taste
size.
great.
That's crazy.
These taste so good. Why would you ever only want to eat one of these?
Because you're not supposed to have one a day. It's
I
a
don't give a...
multivitamin.
Then make it taste grosser.
wait. Let me see the back of that thing.
I don't give a fuck. I want it.
Because if I want to eat a shit ton of those, I already had two.
Serving size: 1 gummy for children 2 and 3 years old. 2 gummies for children 4 and up.
Oh,
That's me. I had
That's
two.
you.
I think you get 1 gummy for every 4 years.
So Kelly, you can have like 4
Fuck
gummies.
this bottle. I'm having a gummy.
Yeah, Kelly's
God.
16.
I'm having my third gummy, baby.
Oh yeah, we also have to get a waiver signed from you, Kelly, so you can legally record a podcast with us because you're underage.
Because you're a minor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kelly, you thinking about colleges or?
No, I got the black lung.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Didn't get your vaccines. Your parents are anti-vaxxers.
Oh, it's just from working in the mines all day.
Yeah.
The Virginia mines.
I'm a miner.
Oh okay.
Oh jeez.
God, fuck you. Somehow you made the worst joke on the show.
I think we gotta shut her down.
I mean, it's a low bar to cross. That I think is gonna do it for us this week.
We hit 40 minutes.
Did we?
What can you
gosh.
expect? I mean, there's a lot of
flew
filler in the
by.
beginning.
Nothing like calling attention to how long a podcast is.
Well, viewer, listener,
It's true what they say.
40 minutes has passed, so just keep that in mind. Maybe you put this on, you're like, I'm only gonna do the dishes for 40 minutes.
I'm gonna go for one 40-minute jog, and
Yeah.
any longer than that, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Also,
So?
life hack for the viewers. Take a little bit of that indica. That 40 minutes starts to feel more like an hour.
Ooh, baby.
And
Or-
our voices sound slower.
Yeah. Yeah. This is all right. 40 minutes in is the point where you toke up for the podcast.
Oh,
This
that's
is
where you
where-
toke up.
Strap it.
That's when
Yeah.
it starts to get good.
And then the last 20 minutes is just us playing sitar.
Yeah.
Boing, boing, going, going.
I got my didgeridoo.
Oi, 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 oi. Well, all right.
We'll see you next week when we're reviewing a new movie.
Is it a movie? I think it's only 40 minutes long. This was all a teaser for next week's episode. So get ready for
tuned.
that. We love you. Bye.